Hi, I'm Angie and you're watching Deontay's Boxing Nation.
You called out Anthony Joshua. You said you ready now, but his response was a little bit different. Why do you think that is?
What was his response?
Well, he said that he wanted, well, he did say he wanted to fight another American fighter, but he didn't mention you. And Eddie Hearn was talking about them possibly fighting Bermane Stiverne next, but they didn't have you on that short list.
Of course not, man. You know, Eddie the one brought it up. I was gonna let the young man bloom. You know what I'm saying? Like he was doing. You know, I was gonna let him keep watering him and let him bloom. But when Eddie put my name in his mouth as his promoter and said he wanted me, that's the reason why they did the Showtime deal, that they wanted to get me sooner than later. So I'm like, okay, let's after seeing the Charles Martin fight, how we already know how that went. So I'm like, all right, now it's time. You know what I mean? And then seeing the Brazil, like, all right, let's make sooner. Let's make sooner now. Why not? You know what I mean? If you feel like your man, he talking. I feel like if a promoter does, I know sometimes managers and promoters they'll overload their mouth because they can do that because they're not fighting. They're not gonna take the pain. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna feel it, I would say. And but you got to be careful though, because I'm not one of these other guys that play around. If I say something, I really mean what I say. I really feel. I'm not one of them finna try to talk to you or try to say things to make it seem like I'm bad. Or even when you see me come in, I don't have a thug bone in my body for as try to make people scared of me or have a presence like that, because my action gonna speak for itself on that. Because a lot of people, even Chris, he think that because I'm nice or I treat people right, he trying to say I'm trying to be friend with him. But when I get in that ring, it's a bronze bomber, and bronze bomber don't have no mercy on nobody. And that's just that Bama-ness in me though, because everybody take it lightly though, you know what I mean? They take it lightly, but you know, we'll find out, and that's just how I am.
Yeah. What do you make of what's going on now with Povetkin? How they're saying that they're
gonna sue you now?
Cleared him, or
nah, that's just Rabuski or whatever his name is. He's just trying to stay relevant, and you know, it's whatever they have, we have more. We have anything to kill him with. You know what I mean? So you know, it's just a matter of time. He gotta say something. He gotta say something to the Russian people to keep them thinking that it's my fault or my team's fault. You know, I would have never went. I would have never traveled so far if I wasn't prepared. If I wasn't ready. I would have made up. Well, I wouldn't even say made up, man. Something would have happened. You know what I mean? That I wouldn't be able to even get on the plane. Why would I take a trip to go somewhere to continue training? Now this ain't no vacation, because every day when I got up, I had all my guys. I had training. You know, even the ones I ain't fighting, they was training. We was everywhere. We were putting in that work. That's why it was definitely devastating to me, and kind of a slight depression for me, because I worked my ass off, man. And I was ready, you know what I'm saying? I was over prepared, you know, for him. And for him to do I don't even just fully blame him. I blame him for allowing him, whatever he took it by mouth or whether he got it stuck in him by veins, whatever the case may be. I blame the person that did it to him, you know what I mean? For doing some stuff like that, because he took away from the fans, he took away from his own country. You know, he took away from the rival USA versus Russia, and I was ready for that because I know the world was going to be watching, and I was ready. That was my moment to say, Deontay Wilder is here to prove to those that need to be proved. I know after I would have whooped his ass, it probably would have been somebody else I need to prove, but that's just a part of how it goes. But you know, I just really once everything clears like it's supposed to, I still want to whoop his ass. I really do.
With all that, you'd still entertain a fight with him?
I still, once justice is served, and he go through the process of serving what he's supposed to do, why not? Why not? Why not? The fans want it. He really took something away from the people. You know, he took something away from me, and I ain't even talking about the money. That come with the sport. But I'm talking about showing the world who's really the boss. You know what I mean? Who's really the champion? Who's really about what they say. I don't care where you from. I don't care what's your reputation. I don't care about none of that stuff, man. I'm here to fight, and that's what God gave me the ability to do. that's to fight, and I'm ready to go wherever I have to go or who I have to fight to do that. And these fighters know that. That's another reason why Hearns them, they know that I'm a real. They talk about Americans talking stuff. Yeah, that's just our nature. We gonna talk. You know what I mean? Our nature is to talk. Ali did it the best. He showed us how to sell fights. Whether the hype lived up to the fight or not, you talk. You know what I mean? Whether you perform in the ring like you want to or not. Charles Martin sold his title. You know what I mean? Brazil, I think he really tried, but he wasn't ready. But for me, I can talk all day.
When you say he sold his title, I'm sorry.
Damn right, you already know. That's why you're laughing, man. You know he sold it.
He sold it?
He sold his title, man.
So you don't think he really had any intentions of winning that fight?
He probably had the intentions. Everybody had the intentions of winning.
Okay.
But I think when he got hit, he was like, hell no, man. I guarantee you, you could ask him. I want to know if he truthfully would answer it. Did he? Because I already know the answer. He can't. Everybody does it. Did he already have that money spent?
Yeah.
Did he already did? And if he say no, he a damn lie.
Hey Deontay, you coming off 6 months, your longest layoff. Fighting multiple times, that's something you want to do for the entirety of your career, fighting 2, 3, maybe 4 times a year?
Oh, most definitely. Even once I unify the division. My thing, once I unify the division, and I can end all the critics about who's the best, who fighting this. Once I unify the division, I don't want them but mandatories. You know what I mean? 4 times a year. You know what I'm saying? All mandatories. That's all I want. You know what I mean? That way they can't say, well, he ain't fighting. He fights somebody, or the people use terms as bombs or whatever. If I'm the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, I'm fighting all mandatory, then what can they say? But it's always gonna be something to say. But what really can you say? That's my goal. That's my plans of doing. I understand the federations, the organizations that holds these titles and stuff like that don't want nobody to unify. I understand that. I understand it because they feel that if one person get all the belts, then they gotta wait on their turn, or wait. It's just like waiting. But for me, if you're an active fighter, you ain't gotta wait. I'm really waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? I love doing this. Once I fight, give me a little vacation in, I'm ready to get back up in there because I get that urge to want to smash somebody in the face. And every fighter get that feeling. You know, I'm like, man, I'm ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the same way.
What do you make of what you touched on earlier with Tyson Fury and Klitschko and that situation going into the rematch?
What I make of the fight?
Yeah, the fight and what's going on with Tyson saying that he sprained his ankle because he was at a rave or something like that?
Man, I heard, you know, I got friends all over, you know what I mean, the world, you know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I heard Fury was in France partying his ass off.
Yeah.
That's what I heard, and that's some people that know him, so not to put it business out there, but that's that. I think, to be honest with Fury, I think he's done what he wanted to do. I think his ultimate goal was to beat Klitschko. That was it. You know, anything else that happens out there, I really don't think he cares. You know, he don't care. He done his ultimate goal. That's just like you always wanted something in your whole entire life, and it took so many years to get to the point you actually do it. It's like, man, ain't nothing bigger than that. You know, I done what I got to do, and that's it. So I think beating Klitschko was his ultimate goal, and anything else, he don't care. I don't think, even if that fight happens, I don't think he care about losing. You know what I mean? He don't care. He living his dream. He done what he wanted to do, and that's it.
So you think he will lose? If
I don't
you had
say.
to pick?
If I had to pick, man, it's just hard because when you see Klitschko, always been the dominant guy, you know, in fights, he always used a method of clinch hold, even letting his hands go. And you see him in a fight that he don't throw no punches. You know what I mean? Of course he threw some punches, but his punches volume wasn't as high as it normally be, so we labeled it as no punches. He just danced around and just basically just gave up the title. And now he went home and had a fit with himself. He said, why did I do that? I'm stupid. you know, and come back and like this time I'm gonna let my hands go. You know what I mean? It's hard to say who's gonna do it because personally, looking at that thing, I always said that Father Time is coming up on him, and that even more justified my argument of Father Time. Sometimes your mind wants something, but your body don't react. And I done heard a lot of old heads that been athletes like, man, I knew when it was my time where. When I thought it, my mind was thinking about doing something, but my body wouldn't do it, and it was time to go. You know.
How would you rank Klitschko, Fury, Joshua in order in terms of how dangerous they are?
Dangerous. You
Or
know,
the most skilled.
Yeah.
most skills. I still have Klitschko up there though. Even though I feel Father Time, I still think he got the ability to still do certain things due to the proper training. You know, that's why Emmanuel still was a big factor in his life. You know, Emmanuel was like, he was his disciplinary. Emmanuel was like one that fatigued him. You know what I mean? Everything, you know, when you don't have that teaching no more, it's just like Tyson with Casamano. When you don't have that teaching no more, it's like a part of me is gone. I'm so used to hearing a voice in my head. I'm so used to being critiqued about if I make a mistake or something, this man on me or whatever. But now he got people around him that Klitschko is the boss. He always been the boss, but Emmanuel Sewell was a different kind of person. You know what I mean? People listen to him. You gonna listen to him. With now it's just Klitschko. You know what I'm saying? Jonathan's a good friend of mine. I think he's done a great job, but I don't think Klitschko respect him like he did Emmanuel. You know he ain't. You know what I'm saying? Because he's picking up bad habits again and stuff like that. And I don't think nobody really can say, man, Vladimir, you need to, man. You looking shitty. You know what I mean? I don't think nobody really has the balls there because everybody want to keep their job. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes as a fighter, you need that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't have no yes men in my group. You know what I mean? Even with my brothers that I hang around me, when I'm out of line, they let me know. When I'm right, of course I'm gonna know. But I can't have fake people around me. I can't have people that just, because we having fun, we doing this and this, or whatever, that, why would I? You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna be, people gonna be scared to say something because they don't want to get booted out the circle or whatever. Nah.
Preach, brother.
Nah, it ain't. You know, I don't have people like that around me.